Imagine this. You wake up at 7 a.m., you go through your day normally. But that night, you don't sleep. Midnight passes, 2 a.m., 4 o'clock. A dot M, the sun rises again. You have now been awake for 24 hours. What is happening inside your brain? Your body? Simply tired? Or is something deeper taking place? Sleep deprivation is not just exhaustion. It is a measurable biological disruption, and it begins much earlier than most people realize. Hour 0 to 8. Normal wakefulness. When you wake up, your brain is in a balanced state. Cortisol rises naturally in the morning. Alertness increases. Body temperature rises. Your circadian rhythm, your internal 24-hour clock, is synchronized with light exposure. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine slowly builds up in the brain. Adenosine is sometimes called sleep pressure. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates. This creates the sensation of sleepiness. Normally, sleep clears adenosine. But if you don't sleep, the buildup continues. Hour 12 to 16, declining alertness after about 16 hours awake. Most people begin to show measurable cognitive decline. Attention weakens. Reaction time slows. Memory recall becomes less efficient. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning and decision-making, begins to struggle. Emotion regulation becomes harder. Small frustrations feel larger. Mood becomes less stable. Even if you feel fine, objective testing shows performance decline. Hour 18 to 24. Brain under strain. Now you have been awake nearly a full day. This is when the brain begins to show more dramatic changes. The prefrontal cortex loses efficiency. Logical reasoning weakens. Impulse control declines. The amygdala, your emotional center, becomes more reactive. Studies show that after sleep deprivation, the amygdala can become up to 60% more reactive to negative stimuli. This means emotional responses intensify. At the same time, communication between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex weakens. Emotion increases. Control decreases. Sound familiar? This resembles REM imbalance, but now it's happening while you are awake. Sleeps after about 2024 hours awake. The brain may begin forcing short sleep intrusions. These are called microsleeps. They can last a few seconds. During a microsleep, parts of the brain enter a sleep-like state, even though the person appears awake. Reaction time drops to 0. Attention disconnects. This is why severe sleep deprivation is extremely dangerous while driving. The brain can briefly shut down awareness without warning. Cognitive impact. Memory consolidation suffers first. When you don't sleep, the hippocampus cannot efficiently transfer memories into long-term storage. You may read information, but it won't stick. Problem solving becomes rigid. Creativity declines. Focus narrows. Sleep deprivation does not simply slow you down. It changes how your brain processes information. Emotional impact after 24 hours without sleep. Irritability increases anxiety. Can rise emotional reactivity intensifies motivation declines. This is because sleep supports emotional recalibration. During REM sleep, emotional experiences are processed and softened. Without that reset, emotions accumulate. Stress feels heavier. Perspective narrows. Physical effects. Sleep deprivation affects the body too. Growth hormone release declines. Immune function weakens. Insulin sensitivity decreases. Appetite hormones shift. The hormone ghrelin, which stimulates hunger, increases. Leptin, which signals fullness, decreases. This is one reason sleep deprivation is linked to weight gain. Your body seeks energy when it feels exhausted. After 24 hours, comparable to alcohol impairment research, shows that being awake for 24 hours can impair cognitive performance to a degree. It's comparable to a blood alcohol concentration of 0.10%. That is above the legal driving limit in many countries. Reaction time slows, judgment weakens, risk-taking increases, and yet, people often underestimate their impairment. Sleep deprivation reduces self-awareness of decline. You may feel capable while performing significantly worse. Why the brain shuts down from an evolutionary perspective, sleep must be critical. If staying awake were harmless, the brain would not force sleep pressure so strongly. Adenosine buildup increases discomfort. Circadian signals lower alertness at night. The brain pushes toward restoration. Sleep is not optional downtime. It is maintenance. Without it, neural waste products accumulate. One example is beta amyloid, a protein associated with neurodegenerative disease. During deep sleep, the brain's lymphatic system clears metabolic waste. Without sufficient sleep, clearance is reduced. Beyond 24 hours, while this video focuses on 24 hours, extended deprivation becomes more severe. After 36 hours, microsleeps increase coordination declines. Speech may slow decision-making becomes unreliable. After several days, hallucinations can occur. But even short-term deprivation has meaningful impact. The brain is not designed for sustained wakefulness. Can you catch up? Recovery sleep helps. After one night of lost sleep, the body increases deep sleep duration. REM rebounds as well. However, chronic sleep loss cannot be fully erased by a single long night. Consistency matters more than occasional recovery. Why we push through modern culture often celebrates working late, studying all night, or sacrificing sleep for productivity. But productivity declines when sleep declines. Memory weakens, creativity narrows, errors increase. The brain performs best when fully restored. Sleep is not the opposite of productivity. It supports it. The bigger picture: after 24 hours without sleep, your brain struggles to regulate emotion. Your memory weakens, your reaction time slows, your immune system declines, your perception becomes less reliable, all because one essential biological cycle was interrupted. Sleep is not passive. It is active, recalibratio. It balances neural networks. It clears waste. It resets emotion. It stabilizes cognition tonight. When you consider staying awake too long, remember what is happening beneath awareness: adenosine rising, neural circuits straining, emotional systems destabilizing, and the brain quietly demanding restoration. Sleep is not weakness, it is maintenance, and without it, even 24 hours can change how you think, feel, and perceive the world.